Hello and happy Wisdom Wednesday. Happy New Year 2018. Whoop, whoop, yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's your girl, Milagros here. And I figure what better way to start the new year, a brand new 365 days, than to talk about personal responsibility. I realized that there's really no nice way to say stop whining, complaining, and being a big baby and start taking control of every area of your life, but I'm gonna try. Okay, so here's the thing about personal responsibility. When we decide that we have come to a point in our lives where, and not decide, we recognize that we've come to a point in our lives where everything that is currently happening, and this mostly applies to adults or people who have moved out of their houses, because sometimes if you're a teenager or a child, you don't have a lot of options in terms of like, I'm out of here. But for adults and teenagers even who have moved out of their homes, we get to decide because of free will. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. We get to decide the course of our lives. We get to decide how happy we are. We get to decide how fulfilled we are, how healthy we are. We get to make those decisions for our lives. And a lot of times when I bring this up to people, they look at me sideways and say, well, I didn't decide to, blah, 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 and they go on with their list. But no, the reality is that you still get to decide, because we have the option of taking responsibility for every area of our lives. It could be as simple as you're driving down the road, and this is me in particular. This just happened the other day because I am perpetually late, and I know why. I know that I am, and I know why. So I'm on my way to an appointment, and as I'm on my way, this old woman is driving in front of me, and she's driving as if an animal or a small child may run out into the middle of the road at any second, and she wants to be able to safely come to a complete stop without injuring herself, the child, or anyone else around her. I mean, this lady is driving so slow, and I could barely see her over the seat, so I know she's like a little thing, right? So at first, I get mad at her. Why am I getting mad at her for driving slow? She has the right to drive slow, sure. I mean, to a point, right? It could be dangerous, but let's focus. She can drive slow if she wants. The reason why I'm really running late is because I decided that the 5 minutes that I should have left earlier, I could fold 4 loads of laundry in that time. I decided that I could do that. And then once the laundry was folded, I'm just going to run this upstairs right quick and put this away. It'll be fine. And then I'll catch up on the road. That did not work out because I had lady with the animals and the babies driving in front of me. Now, a lot of people are like, oh my God, there are people on the road, they're such slow drivers, blah, blah, blah. And why are you mad at them? Your not being on time is not their responsibility, it's yours. Personal responsibility. It could be something a little bit more complex, like maybe you're in an unhealthy relationship where the person is, I don't want to say necessarily like abusive, but not really kind to you, right? You are choosing to stay. And there's a reason that we choose to stay, because it usually feeds a need, or because we as humans, we don't repeat behaviors that don't have a payoff for us. So there's a reason why we're choosing to stay, and we have to figure out what that is. But the bottom line is you're choosing to stay. I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and there was a guy that she dated for a little while, and she said, I was just so annoyed by him because he wouldn't get off the couch, and he didn't want to do anything, he didn't want to go anywhere, and as she's talking, this is my face. And she said, oh, I know what you're going to say. Then I should leave the relationship. Because I have personal responsibility and I can take control of every area of my life. And I'm like, and she goes, oh, I got to break up with him. I'm like, okay, that's it. You just have to decide. You have to make these decisions for your life. In a more extreme case, and you can see this on my video, and I'll post the link towards the end of the video, I talk about the sexual abuse that I suffered in my past. And even then, we get to decide what those stories are going to mean to us and how they're going to shape our lives, even in those types of extreme situations. Because I was a child who was sexually abused, and I am a very happy person. I suffered from depression and I decided I was done with that. Like, we get to decide. Are you going to be the fastest human that ever ran the planet? I don't know. Are you going to be like the most rich person on the planet? I don't know. But I do know that you can control and decide whether or not you're going to be happy today. You get to decide whether you're going to focus on the things that you have to be grateful for, or you're going to focus on what you don't have and think you need to be happy. That's a whole other video. You get to decide whether you're going to put down the candy bar and go get a salad. You get to decide. That's it. You get to decide. And I can't start a new year and have these videos on personal growth and development and evolution as a person and not talk about the power and the importance of personal responsibility. You get to decide, period. And like I said, I don't know if you'll be the fastest or the richest, but you could be the happiest version of you. You could be the most confident version of you. You could be connected by meditating and spending time in prayer. You could do that. You could be a healthier version of you. And you could do that by eating right and moving more, right? You could do that. You could have healthy relationships by choosing, one, to make yourself healthier, because we can only attract what we are, not what we want. And two, by also choosing to decide, like, no, I'm not just going to have anybody be my friend because I feel so lonely. I'm actually going to do the work to feel good about who I am. And so I'm good at spending time by myself. And then I create a standard for my life. And no judgment to anyone else. But if they don't align with how I'm living, there's just no room in my life for that. I get to decide if I want the super dramatic girl who's always causing drama everywhere she goes to be my friend. The answer is no. But the point is, I get to decide. We get to decide. So there's really no nugget here. There's really no, I mean, there might be, sure, in the mix of this, but there's no like step 1, 2, and 3. That's not in this video. This video is more about personal responsibility and just acknowledging that I get to decide how this life is going to play out. This is the one life that I have, and I get to decide what my past means, and I get to decide how those stories are going to be perceived to make my life better. I get to decide to be positive and grateful. I get to decide, because until you decide, you're going to continuously give away your power. You will continuously be a victim, and you will continuously live in the bondage to the circumstances and conditions of your life. You get to decide. You get to own your life. It's personal responsibility that does that for you. So that's all I have for today. I guess it still kind of was harsh. I wasn't trying to be. I really do say this with love, because again, speaking from the experience of having suffered abuse, having dealt with depression, having had multiple negative experiences in my life, I got to decide, and I chose to climb out of all of that. And I chose to be the happiest version of myself. And I chose to focus on things that make me feel good. And I chose to surround myself with people who are positive and who are not super negatively dramatic. I mean, there's a different kind of like, she extra drama because she's always dancing in public, but I enjoy that. That's my cup of tea. So, because I get to decide, as do you. So I hope that this will inspire you to just take a look at your life and to look at the different areas of your life and say, what's working, what's not working? Am I happy? Am I happy? Are you happy at your job? If not, start looking for a new job. You know, am I happy in these areas of my life? And not happy because I expect them to make me happy, but happy because I'm bringing me and all of my wonder and all of my happiness with me everywhere I go. You know, and again, that's another video too. So that's my suggestion. Look at your life, look at the different areas of your life and decide, because you ultimately get to decide. And when we do that, when we take personal responsibility for every area of our life, you already know. Super sparkly everything. Super sparkly everything. Super sparkly everything. Super sparkly everything. I have got to come up with a jingle and a dance for this. For super sparkly everything. Super sparkly everything. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope your week is really magical in that you start to have those hard looks at where you need to make some tweaks and some changes. And I hope your weekend is a reflection of that. And it's super sparkly. Everything. That's it. If you like this, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you can get one of these every week. If you haven't already, get on over to my website and subscribe to my mailing list. You get a monthly blog for personal growth. You get this weekly video in an email with some other information about upcoming events and things. And you get access to me. I don't know. Lots of love, lots of extra, lots of personal responsibility. Okay, we're done here. Okay, so that's it. I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your week and a fantastic, super sparkly weekend.